But everyone, comes here as, like you say, the gathering place. And I think Ikoi means gathering place in Japanese.
And it was intended to be a community group where especially the Issei people who were getting older didn't have opportunity to always speak Japanese, which was their primary language.
I think one of the coolest things about Ikoi is that you create these friendships over food, but it extends beyond what happens in these doors. And people really do check in on one another and care about one another. And so, if they don't show up here, then people start getting worried and will check in on them and check in to see about their own welfare. So I think this place is such an important part in community health and community well-being.
The variety of foods you guys serve is great. And people donate, like I know Ernie donates matsutake in the fall if they're available. And I like to go mushroom Mount Hood too, but I only find like a dozen at the most at any one time. And then Bill Tani, he donates the razor clams. It's a very wonderful program, I think.
Yeah, it's a sense of just having this little community where you understand each other, support each other, help each other, and keep the culture and history of the Asian community going.
It's so important for the older people, particularly those who live alone or live in assisted living communities, to be amongst people who look like them and who share some common experiences as kids.
Right now, in order to be with other people, I come here for during the lunchtime. So yeah, as much as I can. Yeah.
My grandma Yoneko Dozono ate here till she was 98 years old. She was only eating the food from Ikoi no Kai. She was an independent living and did not on a meal care plan. She just ate here. And so, yeah, kept her going for 98 years.
And the volunteers are the heart and soul of the program. I mean, along with the chef. They've seen their parents do it and they're like, oh, my parents did this, I'll come do this.
They were wonderful, wonderful old ladies. And at the end, I remember they're serving me tea because they would come faithfully and regularly when they could hardly do anything else, but they served tea. And these were the founding ladies that did that.
I like this experience. I think you doing the garden, that's just a wonderful thing that you're doing because I can look at your garden and I can see all these vegetables that really connect with me anyways. And so the foods that we make here, it's just outstanding. I can't imagine any other food kitchen like this in the country.
It's interesting, some of the very traditional foods that my grandmothers made when I was little, I didn't particularly care for, but now as an adult, eating them here, I love them.
After a while, coming here, I feel like, I don't have anybody at home. It's just myself. So it's a place to feel like you're with family.
Well, for me, if I get old, I'm coming here to eat. And so it's a good place for community, I think.
Like every other culture, as each generation passes, our original heritage culture is lost and we don't understand it all. So we need people like you to continue that, keep the history, and educate other people.
It's a pretty amazing kind of heart of the community. And the older I get, the more I can't believe how lucky I've been to be a part of it. You come in to volunteer, but you realize, gosh, you get like 10 times back and how really much I owe, to this community.